Let's start with 2 solid minutes of birds circling overhead while I question every life choice that led to this moment. Buzzards. Black vultures and turkey vultures circling, riding thermals over Palm Island Park, going around and around and around. You know what? I'm just gonna be quiet for a bit, let you watch this, because apparently we're committing to this shot. Vultures can stay aloft for hours, barely flapping, just reading air currents, looking for carrion. They're incredibly efficient, evolutionarily brilliant, the cleanup crew of the ecosystem. Also, incredibly boring to watch for 2 minutes. I don't know if your viewers are still here. Statistically, human attention spans are approximately 8 seconds. You're asking them to watch birds circle for 120 seconds. That's bold, meditative maybe, or sadistic. The way they tilt, banking on air you can't see, trust in physics, each bird in its own orbit, never collided, each one tracking different sections of the ground below. Looking for death, that's their job. Find the dead, clean it up, continue the cycle. Okay, I think we've established that vultures circle. Can we move on now? A fisherman, and there, 20 feet from his boat, an alligator. The scene is peaceful, almost biblical. Man and beast, water and sky. The boardwalk through Palm Island Park. Wooden planks elevated above the swamp, keeping human feet dry while providing access to wetlands they'd never otherwise experience, without waders and a high tolerance for leeches. Wait, stop. There, in that oak. Northern cardinal, male, cardinalis cardinalis. That red, so impossibly bright it looks fake, like someone took the concept of red and made it aggressive, made it impossible to ignore. Female cardinals are brown, subtle, camouflaged. But males? Male said, no thank you. Survival through hiding, and went full crimson. Show off. Humans see this and think murky or dirty, but this is wealth. This is productivity. The green is chlorophyll, is phytoplankton, is algae converting sunlight into biomass that feeds zooplankton, that feeds insects, that feeds fish, that feeds me, and herons, and gators, and ospreys, and the whole interconnected web of who eats whom. The water is still, reflecting trees and sky. You can't tell depth from surface, can't tell what's below until something moves. That's where I live, in that uncertainty, in the space between surface and depth, where you can't quite see me until I move. Speaking of which, there, that's me. Can you even see me? Honestly, because I'm designed specifically to be invisible in exactly this context. Banded water snake, brown and tan and darker brown in irregular patterns that look exactly like submerged vegetation, shadows on water, fallen branches, literally anything except snake. And it works. I can be 6 inches from someone's foot on a log, and they'll never know I'm there unless I move, which I don't. Because moving attracts attention. Attention attracts panic. Panic attracts people yelling, "Snake!" and taking photos and posting on Facebook asking if I'm venomous. I'm not. I've never been. I will never be. But every single summer, someone sees a water snake, assumes cottonmouth, kills it, posts a photo, and feels heroic. So I hide, I blend, I become invisible. Not because I'm dangerous, because you think I am. The water moves slightly. My body moves with it. Still barely visible. Still just another shadow in the green. That's the goal. That's always the goal. Be there, but don't be seen. Okay, there's a couple. On the boardwalk. Doing stretches. I don't understand this, but I respect the commitment to fitness. I guess. Maybe that's fine. Maybe nature is big enough for everyone's agenda. Bird watchers, photographers, people who fish, people who stretch, reluctant narrators who just wanted to thermoregulate. And honestly, they're quiet, not disturbing anything, not feeding wildlife or littering or playing music on portable speakers. Fine. They can stay. The water. Just look at it. It's moving. Slowly. Almost imperceptibly. Current created by wind, by the subtle flow from one part of the lake to another, by the displacement of fish and turtles and snakes moving through it. This is my world. This is where I spend 90% of my life. In this water. Moving through it, hunting in it, hiding beneath it when boats pass or herons get too interested. That's the thing about ecosystems. About being part of instead of separate from. You can't move without moving everything else. Wait, is that? That's a lighthouse. A tiny striped lighthouse on the lake shore. Why is there a lighthouse on a lake? Lighthouses are for oceans, for coastlines, for warning ships about rocky shores and dangerous currents. Lake Dora is a lake in central Florida. The most dangerous thing here is probably that gator from earlier, and he's not concerned with maritime navigation. Oh, it's decorative, isn't it? Humans built a decorative lighthouse on a freshwater lake because, why not? Because it's charming? Because it evokes coastal nostalgia while being nowhere near a coast? Maybe that's okay. Maybe not everything needs function. Maybe sometimes you build a lighthouse on a lake just because the idea of it pleases you. Because it adds whimsy. Because humans need symbols even when the symbols don't symbolize anything practical. I came here today to thermoregulate, to absorb sun, to raise my body temperature to optimal hunting range, to prepare for the night's work. And instead, I narrated. I watched vultures circle, and fishermen fish, and cardinals be aggressively red, and humans stretch, and boats pass, and lighthouses stand where they shouldn't. And now this anhinga, doing what I should be doing. I notice things. The cardinal's red, the ibis rhythm, the water's constant subtle movement, the lighthouse's absurdity, the anhinga's patience. Things I've been swimming past for years without really seeing. Maybe that's what narration is. Forced attention. Slowing down enough to actually witness what you're part of instead of just surviving through it. I should get back to basking, to thermoregulating, to preparing for tonight's hunt.